you ready for the vinyl countdown?
Hey you guys, welcome back to the Vinyl Countdown. I'm Peaches. What's going on? You guys, I have to say thank you so much for all of the kind words about our 1-year anniversary here on the Vinyl Countdown. It means so much to us to know that we have a lot of friends out in the music community sharing this awesome interest in music for sure. You guys, I'm sitting down here on the floor in the Easy Listening Lounge. I don't get here too often. Thinking about our thumbnail for this video. Yeah, another lesson learned out in the wild. You guys, when you're shopping for records out in the wild, you can learn so many lessons along the way that help you immensely in your endeavors. You guys, and this is another lesson we learned this weekend out in the wild. And it's really important. Why? Because it falls along the lines of you never know what can happen. All right, when you're shopping for records out in the wild. I will get to that in a little bit. Why? Again, because this lesson that we learned this weekend led us to another score. So, yeah, everything came together pretty well. It was pretty neat, you guys. So, without further ado, let's get into some of the scores that we found this weekend. You guys, they came from several locations, all right? So, I'm just going to get into it, all right? And a little bit more go-go juice, for sure. All right, you guys. Like, I think it was Friday night. We took off like we usually do, and then we hit the record store. It's our local watering hole, you know what I'm saying, for our place that we go to all the time. One of them, actually. And we came out of there with a couple of amazing scores. One of these scores was just a super amazing score, and there's kind of a story behind it as well. So the first one we got from there, you guys, you know we love our 80s hair metal stuff, and I am super getting into finding a lot of the 12-inch single promos, right, from a lot of these groups that we love from the 80s. And you guys, here is one. Adco Atlantic AOR 12-inch promo of White Lion. Woohoo! You guys, this is so awesome. All You Need Is Rock and Roll from White Lion, 12-inch promo. And it came off of this album. This I just pulled off of our shelf as a reference for you guys. But yeah, that White Lion album, on the back, you can see it right there. Whoa, blurry. Yeah, so what a great score. I love finding these guys. My tastes are really leading me down these paths of trying to find a lot of this stuff. I love these promotional copies, especially when it comes to the 80s hair metal. And it's just basically the same label that you see all the time. Same song on both sides. Total radio station promo. All right, you guys. And the second one we found at the local watering hole, I could not wait to show this to a couple of guys out there in the music community. And it just so happened that both of them already had this record because it is a timeless classic. But there is a story behind it, you guys. Check this out. It's the Violent Femmes. You guys, if there is a Violent Femmes album to have, this is the one you want. Why? Because it has that infamous song, Blisters in the Sun. You guys, this song was so infamous when I was in high school, and here is the story that I want to tell you about this. You guys, I don't know about where you came from or where you grew up, but man, I am telling you, in that 1990, 1991 range, this song was one of the hottest songs in the alternative crowd in high school. Yeah, all the guys that listened to REM and Depeche Mode and 9 Inch Nails and Flock of Seagulls. Yeah, you know those guys. You know, they're walking around school. Yeah, you guys, hey, do you know the Violent Femmes? Blisters in the Sun is the most awesome song I have, like, ever heard in my life. I'm serious. Yeah, those guys. So here's the deal, right? Back in the day, you guys, the metalheads despised this song, Blisters in the Sun from the Violent Femmes. I remember my metalhead buddies would actually, if this song came on when we were like at a high school dance or something, or out in public or whatever, the metalheads would actually leave the room because they could not stand to hear this thing one more time. But you guys, it has become such an infamous classic, and it's a must-have if you want to tell the story about growing up in the 1980s and stuff. The one thing that I didn't realize about this was how old this song actually was. You guys, if you go down in here, this thing says 1982 on it. Now, I remember this song being like hot in like 1990, 1991 with all the alternative kids. I thought it was a new release back then. Come to find out, this thing is way older than that. From what this thing says, 1982, yep. Wow. It's something that you learn. You learn new stuff every day. I never knew it was that old. You guys, the Violent Femmes, a must-have, a must-have. The song has actually, over the years, grown on me. I can hear it once in a great while just for old time's sake, just to bring back the memories. So, yeah, we had to have this. And this, I have to tell you guys, this thing is basically near mint condition. Just a little tiny crease up on the top, but hey, I'll take it for sure. And here's another thing, you guys. On Discogs, this thing is going for some pretty big money. Yeah, if you get up into that, VG++ to near mint range, it's a big one. Big and expensive. All right, you guys, so that's what we found at our local watering hole. Now, if we fast forward into Saturday morning, we kind of threw it up in the air and drew straws and said, okay, let's head down to this place that we've only been to one time. So we decided we were going to go out into the wild again, and we went down towards the Milwaukee, Wisconsin area, and we headed into a place that we had only been into one time, and the place impressed the heck out of me as like a secret underground lair that was totally undiscovered. That's where we found our Japanese pressing of the Runaways live in Japan, and that is another huge album as far as cost goes, being a Japanese pressing and all that stuff. So yeah, we headed down there again, and here is where the lesson starts coming in, you guys. We walked in there, the place was kind of all cleaned up, and we were not having a lot of luck. But Mrs. Peaches ran into a couple of little scores, okay? And they're actually pretty awesome, but yeah, few and far between, okay? So here is what we found in that store down there. You guys, we have been looking all over the place for these magazines, you guys. Circus, Rip, Keurig, all that stuff. The older magazines from the 80s. And look at what was sitting on the shelf in this store. This is a highly limited Rip magazine from, I couldn't find the date, but it is right about that time, we believe, when the Motley Crue Dr. Feelgood album came out. So, yeah, we're talking right at about that time. You guys can notice the font and stuff, and look at Motley Crue on the front. You guys, this is a limited issue where it is basically entirely made up of pictures of Motley Crue. Look at all of this. The whole issue is photos of Motley Crue. This is an absolute score. Look at Tommy Lee there. Wow. Vince Neil. There's another cool fold. And then if you get towards the middle here, the poster, the big poster is still in here, you guys. Right there, it says Rip Magazine right there. You guys, a huge, giant poster of Tommy Lee. Still folded up. Minty, minty, minty. Oh, you guys, that's not coming out of there. Mrs. Peaches is really reading this thing over and over again for some odd reason. Yeah, you guys. Just awesome, awesome photos all the way through the band. Look at that. Mickey Six, man. Woo! Look at, and there's the Motley Crue hotline, and then down in the corner, do you see that? What is that? That's the, oh, the Guns N' Roses hotline. Wow, what a total score, a total treasure from that record store, you guys. Yeah, and then here's a couple of articles that were cut out that were sitting on the inside from another magazine that talked about how hair metal was evil and making all of the children evil. Yeah, I don't think we turned out that way. Sorry, you were wrong. So anyways, here's the second score from that place. A 12-inch single from the Cult in very, very nice condition. Yeah, Love Removal Machine. 12-inch single, you guys. There's a couple of other treats on there. But yeah, really nice, really nice. And we got a ton of this Cult stuff, man. And I think this is probably what, our second or third 12-inch single that we have from that group as well in our collection. So yeah, totally awesome. Okay, here's where, you guys, here is where the lesson comes in, all right? Out in the wild, you can just learn lesson after lesson after lesson about how to improve your skills on finding records out in the wild. But this lesson is another type of lesson. This one I would have to call, you never know what's going to happen when you're out there. The irony of everything. And here's a specific situation about the irony of what can happen out there. We were in this record store that I just told you guys about, that we'd only been into one time, down in the North Milwaukee area in Wisconsin here. And all this, we're done looking, we're kind of disappointed, we don't know what we're going to do next. And right before we paid for our stuff, we could hear this guy come through the door and this little bell rang. And all of a sudden the guy says, "Hey, what's going on?" And we turn around and Mrs. Peaches is like, "Hey!" And I'm like, what? You know, because I can't see the guy's face because of my vision, you know. And he comes closer and closer and closer. And here it was the guy that we bought half of our stuff from at the Green Bay show, at the Green Bay record show last weekend. You guys, this guy is over 100 miles from where we saw him last weekend at a record show. And he was a record dealer there, and we bought half of our stuff from him. And he's like, looks at us and he's like, "Hey, you guys, what are you doing here?" And we're all like, "Yeah," you know, because we saw him. It was just so awesome. And then we got to talking about how we weren't finding anything today, and he goes, "Hey, you guys, I have a storage unit like 10 minutes from here. You guys want to go over and check out some records? I got a bunch of stuff in there for sale." And then we're like, "What did you just say?" You have a storage unit 10 minutes from here and you want to know if we want to go look at records? Yeah. So he's like, "Follow me." So you guys, we ended up getting in our car. We followed him over to his storage unit. And he's got all these boxes of records labeled. And, you know, one says metal and it's full of records. One says alternative and it's full of records. And we had seen some of this stuff at the record show and some of the stuff we didn't see, you guys. So we ended up with a few nice scores. Here's the thing. I would have spent literally hundreds of dollars in this storage unit with this guy. But you know how when people price records really high, but then they'll make a deal with you? It almost discourages me because they want so much for them in the first place that insulting someone becomes so much easier. You know what I'm saying? So you find yourself in that situation sometimes. But he was really willing to deal with us and stuff. But like I said, I would have spent hundreds of dollars there, but I just simply didn't have it. I just didn't have it. But I know his name. I know his number. We can meet up with him anytime we want, he said. And so we did walk out of there with a few scores, you guys. All right, so the lesson. You never know what's going to happen in the wild, you guys. So here is what we found at this guy's storage unit full of records. That's not all he had. We had magazines and baseball cards and all kinds of stuff. Check this out, you guys. Kingdom Come. 12-inch single of Get It On. Right there, you guys. Now, you guys are like, "What? I don't know if I've ever seen that one before, Peaches." Why? There's something special about this one, you guys. Something very special about this one. Are you hanging on? You guys, this is a 12-inch single test pressing. This is the first test pressing in our collection now. Look at that. It's got like a hand-stamped label, and then underneath that hand-stamped label is all kinds of like handwritten writing on there from the record company and all that good stuff. Check out that label, you guys. It's all handwritten on there. A test pressing from the 80s hair metal band Kingdom Come. This is a total gem, you guys. Total gem. I don't know a lot about test pressings, but I'm really getting curious about them. From what I understand, basically, is that it's what came out before the actual promo came out for the radio station, and it was just basically a test pressing to see how well it sounded and all that stuff. But I could be wrong. Maybe a test pressing was kind of something in the same lines as a gold stamp promo that they sent to the radio stations, and they just called it a test pressing. It wasn't actually a test pressing from the plant. So I have a lot of studying I have to do, you guys, to find out exactly what a test pressing means in any certain circumstance. But there you go. Kingdom Come, you guys. Totally awesome. And you guys, here's some more scores. For sure, you guys, we're talking Japanese pressings. Yeah, those things that people get super excited about for probably absolutely no reason. Look at this, you guys, Japanese pressings. Oh my God, this is Duran Duran. I actually just sent this record to Robert Z as VCLT, and then I find another one a couple of weeks later. You guys, I'm serious. This is amazing. Amazing Duran Duran. And this has got, what does that have on there? Side 1, Planet Earth. Side 2, Fame and Girls on Film. Oh, side 2 on here is awesome. Got the Obi strip. Totally meant to you guys. Duran Duran. Japanese pressing 12-inch remix single dance club type thing. Awesome. Our Duran Duran is getting pretty huge, you guys. Our collection. I'm going to have to do a separate video just for that because I love that band, Duran Duran. You guys, here's another one. Another Duran Duran Japanese pressing. Look at that. Tiger Duran Duran. Look at that. This album cover is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Totally all there, mint condition with the Obi strip. Here's the back. What a colorful piece of art there. Wow. What is on this one? Side A, The Reflex, Union of the Snake. Side B, New Moon on Monday. Is There Something I Should Know? And Tiger. Wow. 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 It's like an EP of Duran Duran. Insane. Japanese pressing, buddy. All right. On to the next one. You guys, another, Duran Duran Japanese pressing. This is so awesome. Look at this. And I'm telling you guys, this thing is minty. Woo! Complete with the Obi strip. It's like the day you bought it, you guys. Like the day you bought it. And this is a Carnival 12-inch single EP type deal from Japan. What is on here? Side 1 has Rio, Hold Back the Rain remix, My Own Way. Side 2, Hungry Like the Wolf, the night version. Awesome. Let's see here. Oh, A New Religion. Woo! So yeah, we got some dance club type remix, like disco remixes and stuff like that. 3 Japanese pressings from Duran Duran that we would have never scored if we wouldn't have ran into somebody that we had previously met out in the wild. What a lesson learned, you guys. That scores can come from other directions, you know what I'm saying? And just hit you like right now. All right, you guys, thank you so much for coming down to the Vinyl Countdown. I seriously need another drink of coffee. I got a couple of cups more I need to do. And I need to, dust the subwoofers. That's what I was actually down here for. So you guys have a great night. Don't forget to get into our drawing. You can win a huge package of records. And we'll catch you later. till the next episode, I'm Peaches. Thanks for coming down to the Vinyl Countdown. See ya.